Good evening, everyone, and welcome back once again to Vicious Rants. And of course, I am your host, your YouTube messiah and often imitated, never duplicated superstar Tim Vicious. And I'm talking about this week's Raw. We're 2 weeks shy from the Rumble. Now, before I get into this week's show, I do want to clarify any and all misconceptions. First off, thank you everyone that did watch last week's 100th episode. That really did mean a lot to me. But a lot of people are asking and speculating on if I was serious on coming out of retirement and issuing that challenge, or if I was just goofing around and just playing along to a story. Point is, no. I'm not joking and I'm not playing. I will lace up my boots, I will climb back into the ring, and I will compete. I am more than willing and able to. I have been training harder than I have within the past 2 months alone, and I'm all set and ready to. A slimy little twinkle-toed communist cocksucker who wants to keep on insulting a man's family and then right after that talk about on how he's a man of God, decides to go and say, no. You ain't nothing but a spineless coward, Nat. I ain't giving you no more time of day on this show. You wanna settle any differences, grow a set of balls, meet me in the ring. That's it. I ain't shooting these as Tim Vicious right now. Coming to these right here. I'm shooting these straight up as Tim Ma'am. Alright? Now you can tell I'm being serious because I fucking broke kayfabe and I don't do that for no one. Now, on with this week's show. We are talking about this week's Raw. It was in New Orleans, Louisiana, home of the Silver Dome. Oh, I'm sorry. Thinking like Hulk Hogan. I had to get that joke in. Couldn't help myself. But yeah, home of WrestleMania 30. You know, personally, I thought this week's Raw was good. Not like, oh my god, it was a 5-star Raw, but given on how Raws have been going lately, it was good. You know, it was better. By far, the best part of the night was the fact of they finally announced it. It broke earlier the day. Macho Man Randy Savage is going into the Hall of Fame this year. Oh yeah! Let me tell you, brother, the Macho Man Randy Savage is finally getting the recognition he long deserves. And there you go, there's my Randy Savage impression. See, I got to announce that and get my impression in for the day. Or for the week, I mean. Good. Anyways, the show started out, Cena, he came out to the ring, you know, talking about on how it's good to be back in New Orleans, talking about on how it's good to be back in New Orleans, and all that jazz, and then winds up talking about on how he feels bad that Rowan, Ziggler, and Ryback got fired last week, and well, something struck a chord with me on that. Why would you walk out to the crowd with the hugest happy-go-lucky grin, run to the ring, and play to the crowd if you're still upset on it? I mean, I understand fully putting on a good poker face, you know, telling everyone, yeah, I'm fine when I'm not. You know, Lord knows I've done that more times than I can count, but, you know, I mean, that's just freaking, it's just freaking going bipolar, man. Seriously. I mean, if you're upset, show that you're upset. That's the big issue that I've constantly had with Cena, is his character is too dry and one-dimensional. It's, oh, well, yeah, I got this hard problem I'm working with. But it's okay, because I'm going to get through it. Dude, no. No. Actually show that you're upset on something and stay like that for a bit. You know? I mean, but yeah. But yeah, he was talking about that, and then next thing you know, Hunter and Steph came out, and they came to the ring, talked about, and they were saying, well, John, we did warn you there would be repercussions. You know, and they did, so, But, you know, in all fairness, though, I always dug Triple H more as a heel than a face anyway, so I can kind of, so, you know, it's easier for me to deal with him on TV when he's like this, as the authority. But he wound, but they wound up saying, John, we'll give you a chance to win back their jobs. And all you got to do, win a match. And Cena was like, oh, okay, let me guess. 3-on-1 handicap, 5-on-1, 10-man. And which case, all I was thinking was, wouldn't it be great if he had to go through a gauntlet match and just the entire night was everyone beating the ungodly crap out of him? Just saying. But yeah, they said 1-on-1 match with Seth, and then, as a surprise twist, it's a lumberjack match. Which, not gonna lie, you know, I was kind of hoping that they would, you know, come out wearing like some flannels, you know, to look more like lumberjacks. But beggars can't be choosers. And, you know, aside from that, not to sound like that old grizzly guy, but, you know, back in my day when you had a lumberjack match, you had more than 3 or 4 guys on each side of the ring, you know. You had like 6 or 8 here, 6 or 8 here, 6 or 8 here, and then 6 or 8 down here. You know? Yeah, you would have a decent pile for it to look like, okay, yeah, we're actually gonna be here to hold everyone out there. And but oof. You know, I mean, talent pool's obviously really dry. I mean, I know the roster's really dry, but you know, nothing saying that you can't just grab a couple extras. You know, even yet, just yeah, it's you want to do it, easy enough. You know what you do? Get the jobbers from NXT, not the actual guys that you're building up, but the ones that you're building to be jobbers. Have them come out and fill in spots. There you are. Now, match between Cena and Seth for lumberjack match between Cena and Seth was fairly decent. I mean, it was pretty good. It was a good, solid opening match for the show, at least in my book. You know, and yeah, I absolutely loved on how when Cena was outside, obviously everyone out there was heels. So they proceeded to beat the crap out of Cena, and then the second Seth got out there, you know, next thing you know, you saw J&J Security, you saw Noble and Mercury just right over Seth like you'd have thought they were freaking Secret Service on top of Obama. Like, whoa, 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 wait, you okay? You okay? Alright, you need a drink of water or something? Eh? Oh, okay, you can go ahead. Go ahead. Let them back in, people. You know, because they lived up to their namesake right there doing that, you know, being the security team. That's actually really brilliant on their part. But yeah, you know, I mean, I love Seth as a heel, but yeah, it's, just because you're a heel doesn't mean that you can't win clean. I mean, seriously, that's how they pretty much have every bad guy. That's pretty much on how they have every bad guy that's looking to draw heat win. You know, they got to cheat. You know, and I obviously understand you got to do something to help say, yeah, to help solidify, yeah, you're a bad guy. But, you know, not saying you got to do that with every match. You know? I mean, why not do it like every few matches, you know? Just have, just have your matches just be one-on-one and, you know, beat the person, beat the person squeaky clean, and you can have the heel gloat about it. Be like, dude, you want to keep on saying that, you want to keep getting mad at the fact that, 2 weeks in a row I beat you, and in your own words, I had to cheat to win. I didn't this time, and I still beat you. What's that say? Something like that. Anyways, match wound up coming to an end when Cena wound up getting tossed outside by, of course, everyone's favorite walking blunder of the world, the Big Show. And Big Show just KO right to Cena and then got rolled back in. He got rolled back in, and then Seth got on top of him, 1, 2, 3. He got the pin. That was it. That's my issue with, like I said, that's my big issue with them as far as with that, because understand they're building Seth to pretty much be the top heel in the company right now. Yeah, but you gotta do it in a good way. Don't just keep having them do dirty finishes. I don't know. That's just me and my kind of booking. Heaven forbid I would know on how to properly book a show. But anyways, next matchup, you got New Day, Kofi and Woods going up against the Masters of the WWE Universe, He-Man, Cesaro, and Man-at-Arms Kid. And yeah, like I said before, they're calling themselves the Masters of the WWE Universe as a He-Man mark. This pleases me to no end. Because, like I said, you have Cesaro be He-Man, Tyson Kidd be Man-at-Arms, you can have Natty be Taylor, have one of their cats be Cringe and just paint it green, and then you could just find and then you can get another cat and make it Orko, even. There you go. Now you just gotta have Cesaro come out with a sword and do, "By the power of Grayskull, I have the power!" And just do that. That would definitely sell that name. That's obviously a bit of confusing. That's obviously a bit of fantasy booking right there, but, I'm just saying, as a He-Man mark, that would be what I would like. But yeah, they had their match. They're going up against each other because last week they wound up interfering in a match with the New Day. They wound up interfering with a match with the New Day, and so they wanted payback on it. Good little short 1-week feud. Okay. Now, with this match, I liked it. I liked it. It was a good card-filling tag match. Cesaro and Kid, they're actually really surprising me on how solid they worked with each other. I'm not gonna lie, I was hesitant on them working together at first. Obviously I trust Cesaro on how he can work as a tag team, considering him and Hero were the kings of wrestling, and we all know on how well Kid and Davey Boy Jr. work together, But I'm just saying, just because you put two different guys that are in good tag teams together, and you make them work together, doesn't necessarily mean that they're a good tag team. Yeah, but they meshed with each other real well. You got Kid's speed and agility, and you got Cesaro with brute force, just coming at you at all angles with that. Probably the best spot in that match, hands down. Cesaro wound up picking up either Kofi or Woods, I don't remember which one, did the Cesaro swing, and literally, while still moving them around, Kid, right out of nowhere, drop kick right to the mush, and took them. that was beautiful. That was timing right there. And yeah, it was good. I absolutely loved it. You know? I mean, but I'm not trying to shoot down on the idea with the New Day. It's just, in all honesty, like I said, I can't get behind them because, yeah, I mean, they're a trio group of three preachers, and that's three too many preachers for me. You know, if anything, the one that really needs this group more than anything is Woods, because he needs to get built up so that way he can that way he can last in the company. But they're just talking about on how they're gonna have a good time and be happy all the time. Okay. Okay, I got no problem with that. Dude, I got freaking PMA written on my knuckle to help remind me they gotta keep a smile on my face all the time. No big deal. But you know what? Have them actually talk about the message that they're spreading. Don't just have Cole, Booker T, or JBL say, yeah, they're here to do that. Okay? Just because you're here to do it doesn't mean you're actually going to do it. Yeah, anyways, New Day wound up getting a win. Yeah, they wound up doing I called it right there that when they did it, they did one of the regular signature moves that Red Dragon, and one of the signature moves Red Dragon does. You know, Woods hit a backbreaker, and then Kofi did a double foot stomp right from the top rope right after they did it. Yeah, that's their finisher, which, yeah, that is one of Red Dragon's regular moves, so, but hands down, Red Dragon would still kick their ass. Yeah, I said it before on a couple different guys' shows. If WWE was just going to pick a random tag team out of Ring of Honor and say, the hell with developmental, you're just going straight to the main roster, it would be Red Dragon. And let's be honest, who would not pop to seeing Bobby Fish doing a thumb across the throat on national TV? That or, it's that or seeing Kyle O'Reilly just going out there and kicking ass the way he does, because Lord knows that kid's going places. Hands down. But yeah, I mean, it was a fairly okay tag match. I mean, it's not like I'm going to say that was like the best tag team match I ever seen or best tag match of the year. Because, trust me, it is far from it. Next matchup, it was Harper versus Reigns. Now, before the match even started, Big Show came out, to which all I could think is, why, God, why? Talking about, yeah, when you people all had your jobs, you started on your first day, you were probably all scared and nervous. You know what I did on my first day of work? I beat Hulk Hogan and won the WCW Championship. You forgot to mention the part where you won thanks to the Yeti show. Never forget the Yeti. And then Reigns came down. Was absolutely sold on what Reigns was doing right up until he started doing storytelling time, saying, show, it's all good, you won the title, that's great. And I think I was about maybe 12 at that time. I mean, he's obviously shown more personality with his character, which is good, and it's leaps and bounds. Because if you look at his promos now, compared to his promos when he first started running solo, the kid's jumped, obviously. He's exceeded, but he started doing storytelling and talking about once upon a time there was this guy named Roman Reigns who found magic beans and planted them, and it grew into a big beanstalk, and found found this wonderful lamb with gold coins and a goose that laid golden eggs and all of that happy hunky-dory horse shit that nobody really gives a damn over. Dude, you want to cut a promo on how you're going to kick someone, on how you're going to kick show's ass? Easy enough. You just follow up right after with the part where you say how you were like 12 or something at that time. You know what you do? You just follow. So show, I'll give you credit on where credit's due. You did that on your first day. Let's take a look at what I did on my first day on the job. I wound up beating ass non-stop since I started working here, and I haven't stopped yet. And once I get my hands on you, easy enough, I'm going to kick your ass and I'm going to knock each and every last tooth out down your throat. You do something simple like that. That gets it more over, and that makes him look strong and saying that he's going to go and go and put down pain. Yeah, but anyways, right after Reigns was done that promo, Luke Harper's music came on, and then show just looked like, yeah. And I could see a possible tag teaming of Big Show and Harper. I mean, maybe somewhere down the road, you know, throw them the tag titles. I mean, they constantly do that with Big Show anytime they don't know what to do with the tag team titles. Just say, well, hell, we'll just give it to Big Show. Hell, we'll just give it to Big Show. Have him team with somebody. You know? Yeah. But Reigns versus Harper, it was pretty much what you expected. Yeah. Personally, I thought Reigns was pretty much carrying the match, not knocking Roman, but, you know, Roman's moveset, Roman's moveset is limited at best. So that's the big thing. But, excuse me, not even doing that yawn as a knock on the match. I'm running on very little sleep and even less coffee, so yeah, but Harper, he was pretty much carrying the match, you know, moving good. I love on how Harper works, especially given for a guy his size, the way he can move and work the ring, you know, it's almost like seeing that Judas Mike Awesome, because that guy, for a 300-pounder, he was able to move around the ring like he was a cruiserweight. And Harper pretty much does the same thing, which is great. You know? For some odd reason, Big Show was sitting ringside the whole time. So, yeah, obviously you knew on how the match was going to come to an end with that. Yep. And Show wound up going to try and run interference at some point in the match, obviously. And then Harper went to go for how the match came to an end. Harper went to go for that spinning clothesline of his. Reigns got out the way and then hit him with the spear, and then 1, 2, 3, got the win. You know, and like I said before, Roman's obviously going to get a push a lot like in the same way Batista did. So, you know, guys, seriously, you want to keep on bitching and whining on how you don't think Roman's ready, you don't think Roman's ready. Okay, that's all well and good. But here's the question. Is anyone ever truly 100% ready for that main event push? Now, I'm not saying I'm for Roman getting that spot, and I'm not saying I'm against him either, but I'm just saying, is anyone truly 100% ready? Is everyone always going to wind up thinking to themselves? And if they don't, I don't know if they'll either lying to themselves or if it was just me not being 100% sure on my own abilities, but always thought, and you know, I know they trust me, but I know I got the moves and I know I busted my ass to get up to this spot, but am I really ready to go on this kind of a level? You know? I mean, I always think somebody's going to have those kind of self-doubts at some point or another. Yeah. Next up, it was get your first shot of penicillin now, because It is your dose of an because now it's an ST Divas match. Got Naomi versus Alicia Fox, and wait, there's a twist. Naomi's got to wrestle with one hand tied behind her back. So, men, cue up the S&M bondage jokes. Go ahead, I'll give you a minute. Done? Okay. Now that we got that out the way, it was what you would expect for a hand tied behind your back match. Yeah. And the fact that it was an ST Divas match. But, yeah, I mean, hell, Alicia was on a radio here in Erie yesterday morning, which, yeah, but, yeah, it's talking about on how she saw, yeah, so it's obvious that she wound up, she was kind of throwing down a little hint saying that she was going to do that match tonight because she was saying she saw Naomi as a big threat to trying to get the title back because obviously the guy doing the interview was asking the worst scripted questions because he was saying, all right, I'm just going to shoot straight from the hip and ask you this, and then ask that, and oh my God, you could tell he was just by the way he was asking it. But yeah, as you expected, Alicia wound up winning, you know. Alicia wound up getting the win. She wound up doing the scissor kick on her. And she got the 1, 2, 3. So, yeah, not that big of a surprise there. Next up, we got the ball bag Miz going up against one of the Usos. I think it's Uso 2. I don't know. One of them. We'll just call it J. We'll just call it Uso J because they both have J's in their name. Yep. But yeah. Now, so this match, match was just Only good thing about the match was Mizdow, and like I said, Mizdow is money, hands down. You know, especially given earlier in the night when they were doing they had Miz and Mizdow doing little ribs about with the Golden Globes. You know, they had Mizdow saying on how he made a documentary. He had cameras all over Miz's house, put everywhere in Miz's house to talk about the life of an athlete. In which case, and then the look Miz just had, like, you did what? That was beautiful. I absolutely loved that. But, yeah, Mizdow, the way he overreacts and oversells everything Miz gets is just pure freaking awesome. I absolutely love it. Personally, I still think that they should have broken up already. You know, if they're not gonna now, easy enough then. Do it at the Rumble. Have Miz get eliminated and have Mizdow look like he's about to go and eliminate himself, and then just be like, no, and then go and proceed to work in the ring, because then that's gonna wind up have Miz be like, and then just have Miz be like, what are you doing? What are you doing? You're my stunt double. You're supposed to do like I do, and then have him be like, it's a shot to WrestleMania. What do you expect? You know, and. Yeah, but it's something like that. But yeah, the ball bag did win. Thankfully, though, it wasn't for the figure 4. It wasn't by the figure 4 because, and I keep saying it every week, every time he's on, somebody has to think of the kittens. Yeah. And if nobody else is gonna, it's only gonna be me, and damn it, I'll do it. And there you go. There's my weird little sympathetic deal that I don't know. I don't know. Just being kind of out there. Next matchup. Your second dose of ST Divas. Oh joy. of joys. Got Paige versus the Bella that didn't get the boob job that's named after some cheese, goat cheese or Fromunda. Swiss? No. Gorgonzola, that's what it is. Gorgonzola Bella. But yeah. That was, it's an ST Divas match. I don't even need to explain it, really. I'm not even going to bother to try and explain it, so let's just... Yeah. Provolone won. We'll just leave it at that. Move along. Move along, citizens. Nothing to say. And I wish I could say we got out of one crappy segment into something good, but we moved from one crappy segment to the next with the Ascension squashing local jobbers. Big issue I have with this, one, the way the Ascension are being built and worked on the main roster. They aren't meant to be built like that. You know? Don't have them coming out with the leather and the face paint looking like something out of a freaking S&M gay club. You know? Have them come out looking just like they did in NXT. No face paint. You know, just the shirts over them. Come out. You know, and have them go against... Have them go... If you want to have them do the squash matches with the local jobbers, okay. But you know what? Have the damn jobbers make them look good. Don't just have them do a match that's nothing but bumps, but those guys taking bumps. Because honestly, that's all it was. Another issue I got, stop having the Ascension talk about on how they're better than other previous tag teams. How they're better than Demolition, the Powers of Pain, Road Warriors. Okay, you want to go and try and make a name for yourself and say you're better than those guys? Okay, that's all well and good. I understand that. But you know what? For the love of fucking God, can you fucking not do that? Stop bringing up names of the past. Because you can respect the likes. Because you can respect the likes of tag teams like the Powers of Pain, the Road Warriors, and teams such as that. You know, you can respect them. But there comes a time where you have to put that to aside just for a moment. So that way, you could say, hey, we're here. We're the new thing. And go like that. You know? And I was talking about this earlier in the day, before Raw. Before Raw came on with someone. Have the Ascension go against the New Day. Have them feud against them. Simple enough. It'd be win-win. Because, you know, have them build each other up. Have them do a best-of-5 series for number one contendership for the tag titles. You know? So that way, both teams put each other over. You know? Given the matches they'd have. And not only that, it would mesh perfectly because, and here's the kicker, the Ascension, nice all sunshiny, talking about on how they're going to have nice positive vibes all the time. And then you got the Ascension looming down on them like the evil, dark, bad guys, talking about on how they're going to bring chaos and destruction. Yeah. It's practically writing themselves here, people. Now, come on. If you got a backyard guy like me that's able to go and come up with stories that are better than what the creative team is saying, what the frig is that telling you about their creative? You know, reason on why my creative works is because, you know what? I had to make my own. Our federation, we built ours pretty much almost in a mirror image like ECW was, where the guys had a lot of say in everything they were doing. Yep, but not here to dwell on that, and I'm not going to talk about that. This show's about Raw. Sum up, obviously, Ascension won, they did the Fall of Man. Yep, but next up, Rusev versus Ambrose. Now, Rusev, he was obviously, he kept working the knee. he was working Dean's knee throughout the majority of the night, and yeah, so this was pretty solid. Ambrose looked like a strong competitor, and Rusev looked like he was, Rusev looked good and strong also, which also worked out really nice. Now, my big thing was the whole time I was watching was, is Ambrose coming down to Well, before Ambrose got into the ring, all I was thinking was, is Ambrose looking to challenge Rusev, or is he here to just simply master Lana, be the titty master for Lana? But yeah. But yeah, their match, it was pretty alright. I dug it, I mean, like I said, I dug the show. It wasn't like right home about good, but yeah, I thought the show, but the match itself, it was pretty okay, you know? Yeah, Ambrose, who kept getting his knee worked on through a majority of the show. You know, absolutely loved it, especially on the fact of the match wound up coming to an end due to ref stoppage. The ref called for the match because Rusev was just destroying and working that knee like crazy. And it was to the point to where the ref was like, no, you know what? This is too much damage. Call for the bell. Ring the bell. Ring the damn bell. This is done. I'm not letting him get hurt anymore. And Ambrose is just looking like, while he's holding his knee like, oh, what? I can still fight. Kind of like that guy in Monty Python, Holy Grail. It's just a flesh wound. Dude, you lost both arms. I can still fight. But yeah. Rusev wound up getting the win there, obviously. So now we come to the main event of the night with the contract signing for the main event at Rumble. Or, not the main event, but for the title match at Rumble. Lesnar, Cena, and Seth. Now, they come out, obviously we all know on how well contract signings on TV go. You would think by now somebody in that office would learn to not do contract signings on television, given on how they always end up, but none of this would happen if Jack Tunney was still alive. But yeah. Paul Lee was out there with Brock, and God bless Paul. I love that man so much. He is such a freaking gift on the mic. Heyman was on there. Yep. He was talking about on how Brock's going to win. And then Seth was on there saying, okay, now, John, your plan is to take me out so that way you could then take Brock out. Well, let's look on how well your plans have gone so far. Your first plan was to take out and get rid of the Authority, and, well, oh, hi guys. Yeah, remind me on how well that went. Strike one. Your plan was to take me out earlier tonight, so that way you could bring back Rowan, Ziggler, Rytard. Look on how well that turned out. Strike two. The fact that you're not going to win is going to be strike three. And, in all seriousness, you can obviously tell. For a fact Seth isn't going to win the match at the pay-per-view because he still has the Money in the Bank case. But you know what? It's not Seth's match to win. In all honesty, giving Seth this spot, you know what that does? That'll help put him... Excuse me. That'll help put him more over as a main event guy because he's working with that main event talent. And given Seth's skills and athleticism, he's going to be... It's his show to steal. Not even lying on that part. Now, Next thing you know, Cena. Why do people allow him to have a mic? Cena wound up getting it. Cena had the mic. Wound up doing his normal thing. I'm gonna win. Yada yada yada. The champ is here. All that kind of happy honky dory horse crap. Yeah. All well and good. He wound up doing that. Signed the paper. Then went over. Looked at Brock's like, "Come on, you in? You in? Sign this thing." As Seth already did. Seth signed it. John signed it. Now Brock needed to sign it to make it official. So, wait. If they're doing the contract signing now, does that mean all last week that match wasn't official yet? But yeah, it did that. Next thing you know, then Brock had the mic, was just point blank, sum it up, talked about on how he was going to kill and kick their ass. Yeah, and then they all proceeded to have a fight and big brouhaha. Cena wound up going after Seth. Brock came in and German suplex Cena and then suplex Seth. And then Cena picked up Brock, gave him an AA, right through the table. Seth came out of nowhere, gave Cena a curb stomp, and then looked over and gave Brock a curb stomp, and then just gleefully walked away while Brock was in there like, looking like he was recovering. Now you see what they could have done to help really build with Seth, in my opinion anyway, after that, what they could have done is, Seth holding the belt, look over Brock saying on how he's going to win, or have him talk about, try and put in like an idea of a seed of doubt saying that if I don't win, I still have my briefcase and I'm going to cash this in on you right away. Something like that. Something to try and put intimidation in on him. But, yeah, that's me. Anyways, that's all the time for this week's show. So, like all normal folks, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, go back, watch the other episodes. Look for me on Twitter at Tim Vicious. Make sure y'all look for my backup account, Tim_Vicious. Yep. Also, make sure y'all check out all these cool-ass cats right here on Twitter. Vicky Earls, make sure y'all check out Vicky's YouTube channel. I am Danny Sunday, Mucky Moss, Axel Mulligan. Make sure y'all check out Axel. Show Axel's analysis, talking about NXT, indie wrestling shows. He talked about Wrestle Kingdom 9, which Wrestle Kingdom 9 was pretty much the WrestleMania of wrestling. Just think about that one. Sunday Segway, Sinfully Sabrina, Cranky Grandpa, Legion, Lady Aaron, Ava Ben, Just a Stupid Mark. Make sure y'all check out Ollie Ben's and Masked Mark's Paint and Mask Connection. Also, make sure y'all look for my client, who, as I have said before, is the true Raw General Manager, Bronx Bitch forever. And, like I always tell y'all, you love me, great, you hate me. Fuck yous.